Hi, welcome to the channel. Please like and subscribe as per usual. I am the retro guitar bloke, guy, man, whatever. This week, Red Special with a Kahler. The pickups have been moved to the correct spacing. Scratch plate has been changed. I'm not sure who did the work on it. It was like this when I bought it. It's got the pickup rings around it. The tuners have been changed. I think they're shallow, I'm not too sure. I haven't got my glasses on, there is writing on them, I can't actually see it. But they've put the perloid buttons on them. So it looks, I wouldn't say it looks like Brian May's Red Special that he built. It's more a kind of tribute, I guess, or a mashup to the Red Special and the Red Specials that Guild produced in, I think, about 1984. They made about 1,000 of them. I think they had DiMarzio pickups in, a Kahler 2300, locking nut, and black hardware. Man, I loved that guitar. I just loved the look of it. I think I'm quite eagle-eyed, and it probably would have been before I was playing guitar. I was watching the video to One Vision, and I remember thinking, that looks different. Has he changed his guitar or something? You know, I noticed there was differences between the one he usually plays and this one he was playing. Well, of course, he was playing the Guild on the One Vision video, music video, and you can clearly see it. Now, about 12 years ago, something like that, I purchased, just let me put this back. I always had a bit of a thing for signature guitars. I've had gems, I've had Nuno Betancourt guitars, and all sorts. I've always had a bit of a thing for signature guitars, especially the Red Special. There's a lot of mystique around it. And then I think it was about, I could never afford the Guild version, they were a lot of money. And then around about the early 2000s, Burns began making Red Specials. And I bought one about 12 years ago, something like that, secondhand. The pickups sounded phenomenal. I didn't like the tremolo. It was on a knife edge, and you had to take it off to adjust the knife edge, to adjust the action, put it back on. It just didn't make sense to me. It was, why would they do that? Which obviously they realised their mistake, because they changed them to like a floating sort of trem where you can just, if you're playing, put an Allen key in, turn it, drops the bridge, both ends, which to me is just far better. So anyway, my Burns, back to the Burns. So I bought a Kahler 2300, and I thought, I'll have a go at doing this. And basically I put a 2300 on it. I put black hardware on it. So I had my own Burns Guild type mashup. Now, I'll just show you something now. I always regret, to this day, I've regretted selling that guitar. Just 1 minute. Typed in Google today. I typed in Burns Brian May with Kahler. That was, try and get that out of it. That was my old guitar. It was top of the images. I know, because that's my tea towel and that's my kitchen floor in the background. Or my old kitchen floor, should I say. Then, I've scrolled down, and there was a picture of another Brian May guitar of a Kahler. And I thought, that looks like mine. And I've clicked on it. And it took me to a Facebook post of a guy selling his Red Special. So I clicked on it, and I thought, That's got a Kahler flyer on it. That's like mine. It's give the serial number. It wasn't like mine, it is mine. And that's the one that I've got here now. So, talk a bit about this. So, you can just, I don't know if it's going to pick it up on the camera. They've run into exactly the same problems that I ran into, which was, I'll just hold that up. Because it's a set neck, you can't take the neck off and put a shim on under it as you can, with like the Fender or an Ibanez or Jackson or anything like that. There's only so far down you can lower the action before that's it. So what I had to do, and what whoever's done the work on this has done, I had to basically route a template, make a template, and recess the Kahler by, I don't know, a few mil, and I've dropped it in the recess. And what I did with that guitar as well, black pen or paint hides a multitude of sins. I blacked it so you couldn't see any wood. Dropped the Kahler in, set it up, it played great. This plays great. But that, if you're thinking of doing the modification, if you're thinking of putting a Kahler on, that is what you've got to do. You have got to recess the trem because there's no adjustment on the neck. And, you can see on this, the saddles are set quite low. They're not going to go much lower. Luckily it plays okay. So, volume, pick up on and off, individual on and off switches, out phase, in and out of phase for the pickups. There's no other guitar on the market that sounds like a Red Special. This particular one doesn't have Burns Trisonics in it. It has the Brian May. Hold this up. It has the Brian May. You can just see signature there. It has the Brian May signature pickups. Now, in my opinion, the Burns Trisonics in my old Burns guitar sounded phenomenal. They don't sound as good to me. I have thought about changing them, but I don't really use the guitar much. I'm not playing in a Queen tribute band or anything like that, so they'll just stay as they are. So that's that. On the back, because obviously it would have had a floating tremolo on it. So it would have had springs in the back. They've cut a piece of wood and filled the back cavity with wood, and then they've put this cover back on. The serial number on this one is BHM 210266. So quite high considering my Burns one that I had all them years ago. That was, I think it was in the 2000s or the 4000s. So, I imagine the Red Special now, it's gone from being just one on its own to having, multiple tens of thousands of babies, brothers and sisters, if you like. So, but I'm not going to plug it in and play. We all know what they sound like. But yeah, get a second-hand one if you're into that Queen thing. Well worth the money, and you can do some pretty interesting mods to them. Like I have, like I have done. I didn't do this, someone else did it. There's also, put that back, worth noting on the market is that fantastic book about how Brian May and his dad built the guitar. It's full of things like I was trying to hold that up, like that there. They made devices to test the tremolo, before they installed it in the guitar. It shows you just there. You can see he made his own pickups for it. but he took them out and replaced them with Trisonics. There was something, I think it was something about magnet polarity wasn't right, and when he bent a note up, it'd fade out. But this book is well worth the read. It's just the information on the original Red Special in this book is just phenomenal. It made a device. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. It made a device for, you know, radiusizing the frets to install them. They did all the work themselves. I think the fret markers were buttons out of his mum's sewing kit. The handle on the tremolo arm was, I think it was off a knitting needle or something. But really good book, worth buying. So, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you again.